Stop whatever is occupying your mind right now, because what you are about to hear can shake the foundation of everything you think you understand about men, love, and the way their hearts truly work. For years, maybe even your whole life, you have been fed a long list of rules. You have been told to act mysterious, to pull back at the right time, to play difficult, to keep him guessing, and to follow tricks that sound wise but often leave you confused and exhausted. But the real truth is not only different from what you have been taught, it is far more surprising, far more uncomfortable, and far deeper than any dating advice on the internet. Real psychology and biology have already uncovered patterns in human behavior that run below the surface, patterns that cannot be explained by charm or smooth words or clever strategies. This message may feel challenging at first because it invites you to release the myths, the stories, and the old beliefs that have shaped how you look at romance. Most women are trained to wait for obvious signs, a confession, a perfect line, a bold move. Many chase men who keep them uncertain, men who offer a little attention and then pull away, creating a cycle of hope and anxiety. But what most women never learn is that the strongest signs of a man falling in love are not dramatic. They are not loud. They do not show up in flowery texts or big romantic speeches. Instead, they appear in the deepest parts of his biology, hidden in the automatic reactions of his nervous system, signals that reveal more than he ever intends to show. These signals will never appear in the latest trending dating hacks. They are not in the advice your friends repeat to you. They are not in the games that men play when they are unsure. These signs come straight from the oldest and most primal parts of his body and brain operating far below his awareness. And here is the uncomfortable truth. While many women waste years running after confusion, mixed messages, and the emotional roller coasters that feel like passion, they often overlook the men who are actually falling for them in the most genuine way. Those men are not shouting it from the rooftops. They are not always confident or polished. In fact, they may seem awkward or quiet because their feelings are too real for them to manage smoothly. Their actions become almost like bright neon signs flickering in the background, but most people walk right past them without noticing. In this journey, you are about to understand 6 hidden psychological patterns that no man on earth can fully control. These patterns appear only when his emotional world begins to revolve around you. They are rare, they are powerful, and once you understand them, you will never look at a man's behavior the same way again. You will begin to see the truth behind the small things, the pauses, the shifts, the reactions that you once ignored. You will finally understand what is real and what is only noise. One of the first patterns is something known as the mirror effect. This is when his brain starts syncing with yours without him realizing it. Something almost mystical happens when a man begins falling in love at a deep level. His body and mind start moving in rhythm with your presence, as if his entire nervous system is slowly adjusting itself to the energy you carry. He does not choose this. He does not plan it. It simply begins to happen because his subconscious identifies you as someone meaningful. You will see it in tiny ways at first. He starts using words or phrases that sound like you, not because he is trying to impress you, but because his mind absorbs them naturally. His texting style shifts. Maybe he replies faster, maybe he matches your length, maybe his tone begins to mirror yours. His voice softens when you speak softly or becomes animated when you are excited. When you sit together, even for a short moment, you might notice his posture subtly copying yours, like a gentle reflection. These are not deliberate choices. These are signs that his nervous system is syncing with yours. Scientists explain this through something called mirror neurons, special cells in the brain that activate when we watch someone else. These cells create something known as emotional contagion, where one person's emotional state influences the other without a single word being exchanged. When you feel joy, his energy rises. When you feel low, his mood shifts, even if he doesn't understand why. His whole system begins to align with yours, as if your emotional frequency is guiding his reactions. This type of emotional synchronization feels almost supernatural because it is not just casual imitation. It is not about copying gestures or trying to relate. It is a deep biological alignment that reveals his instinctive connection to you. It tells you that his primitive brain, the part that deals with bonding, attachment, and trust, has recognized you as someone important. And here is what makes it even more powerful. This mirror effect does not happen with every woman he meets. He can find someone attractive, interesting, or fun, but still never experience this type of alignment. It only happens when his subconscious feels a strong compatibility that goes far beyond outward appearance or temporary chemistry. But there is another layer. When this mirror effect becomes strong, it often disrupts his sense of control. Men are taught from a young age to remain independent, to hide vulnerability, and to stay composed. But when this biological synchronization takes over, he cannot hide how connected he feels. Sometimes this scares him. Sometimes he may step back or become quiet after a deep moment with you, not because he is losing interest, but because he is overwhelmed by how much of himself is blending with you. He needs time to process the intensity of the connection. The truth is, anyone can pretend to care for a short time. People can act interested, send good morning messages, or say all the right things, but no one can fake unconscious brain synchronization. No one can fake the mirror effect. When you see it, you are witnessing a biological instinct, an ancient recognition that his mind and heart cannot deny. If you notice these shifts, you are seeing something real, something rare, something that almost always leads to deeper emotional involvement. You are seeing a connection that is not built on words, but on the silent language of the nervous system. The kind of connection that men cannot hide, even when they try their hardest to stay composed. The second pattern is something called selective vulnerability, or what can be thought of as a trust test. When a man starts falling for someone in a genuine, meaningful way, he does not suddenly open up his entire heart like a book. Instead, he allows glimpses of himself, small fragments, to appear in moments that may seem ordinary to the outside world, but carry enormous significance. This is what is known as selective vulnerability, and it is one of the clearest signs that he is testing the waters, seeing if he can feel safe enough to let you in on his inner world. It usually begins subtly. He may tell you a story about a time he failed at something that meant a lot to him. Perhaps he shares a lingering fear from childhood or an insecurity he rarely admits. He might reveal a secret dream or ambition that he has been too cautious to voice, worried that others would mock or judge him. To someone else, it could seem like a simple conversation, a passing comment, or a casual confession. But for him, it is a leap of faith, a risk he is willing to take because he senses that you might be someone he can trust. These moments are never accidental. They are quiet probes, delicate experiments to gauge if you will listen, understand, and hold his truth without judgment. When you respond with compassion, attentiveness, and presence, he feels safer. One small revelation leads to another, and gradually he may begin to reveal more of his inner world. But if you dismiss it, minimize it, laugh at it, or quickly change the subject, the door closes immediately. That vulnerable side of him, the side he rarely shows anyone, may retreat back into secrecy, possibly forever. There is an evolutionary reason for this pattern. For thousands of years, men learned that revealing weakness or vulnerability could bring danger, ridicule, loss of status, or even rejection. Guarding one's emotions was tied directly to survival. So when a man consciously allows himself to reveal even a tiny piece of that protected inner world, it signals something profound. His instincts are telling him that you are safe, that you are worth the risk, and that he sees something rare in you. This is why selective vulnerability is so powerful. A man who is only superficially interested or who is flirting without intention will never reach this level. He keeps things light, casual, and easy, never risking exposure of his fragile side. But a man who is genuinely drawn to you cannot resist opening small doors to his true self. You will notice the difference immediately because the air around these moments feels heavier, more meaningful. When he says something like, "I rarely talk about this," or "I have never told anyone this before," pay attention. These are not casual words. They are breakthroughs. They are his way of communicating without saying it outright. He is beginning to trust you with the most delicate and essential parts of who he is. And this kind of trust, when it emerges, is one of the rarest and most powerful signs of authentic love. The third pattern is called strategic attention, or what can be imagined as his personal memory palace. When a man truly becomes invested in a woman, his mind begins to treat her as a priority above almost everything else. Psychologists refer to this as attentional bias, a phenomenon where the brain naturally elevates certain information over other stimuli. In practice, this means she occupies a unique space in his thoughts, while other distractions fade into the background. This is not about him trying hard or putting on a performance. It is a natural shift in the way his mind processes and stores information about the people who matter most. You can see it in the smallest details he remembers. Perhaps he recalls that you like to eat the crust of your pizza first, or he brings up a story you told weeks ago as if it were yesterday. Maybe he notices how your tone changes when you talk about family, or how your posture shifts when you are stressed. These details do not slip by him. They remain in his memory because his brain is creating a mental map of your preferences, your habits, and your subtle emotional patterns. What makes this even more remarkable is how he uses these memories to create moments of connection that feel deliberate yet effortless. He may text you on the morning of an important event because he recalls how nervous you felt the last time. He might suggest a place to eat that avoids the foods he knows you dislike, or he may send you a simple image, a flower, a sunset, something that reminds him of a conversation you once had, just because he knows it will resonate with you. These are not grand gestures intended to impress anyone else. They are careful, meaningful acts that demonstrate he has been paying attention and that he values what is significant to you. This pattern distinguishes casual interest from deep emotional involvement. A man who is only lightly invested may remember your favorite color or the name of your workplace, and then stop there. But a man who is genuinely drawn to you will remember why that color matters, how your job affects the way you see the world, or the stories behind your likes and dislikes. He is not merely collecting facts about you, he is mapping your emotional landscape. In a world full of distractions, noise, and competing attention, this level of awareness is incredibly rare. It signals that you have become central to his inner world, a priority he cannot ignore, even unconsciously. This is how the mind of a man who is truly interested operates differently. While most men may notice surface details, he moves deeper, storing emotional information and responding in ways that create connection, trust, and intimacy. These seemingly small acts are often invisible to outsiders, but for someone paying attention, they speak volumes. This is not manipulation or strategy. It is instinctive, biological, and deeply revealing of his emotional state. This kind of intense focus is extremely rare. Most people forget the details of what was said just a few minutes ago, lost in the noise of daily life. Yet he remembers the little things you say, almost as if he has stored them in a private mental archive, a personal memory palace built just for you. When you notice this pattern, you realize that you are not just one person among many in his life. You have become a priority. You occupy a space in his mind that he keeps returning to over and over without even trying. That is one of the clearest, most undeniable signs of genuine love. He has made you central in his world, even in subtle, almost invisible ways. The fourth pattern is body language, the silent yet truthful messenger of the nervous system. While words can be carefully chosen, rehearsed, or controlled, the body rarely lies. A man may hesitate, hold back, or guard his words, but his body reveals the truth of his feelings in ways he cannot consciously manage. This is why body language is one of the most reliable indicators of authentic attraction. It bypasses his mind and speaks directly from his instincts. The first signs are often in orientation and proximity. Wherever he is in the room, his body seems naturally to turn toward you. His feet point in your direction without him thinking about it. Even when he is talking to someone else, he finds reasons to move closer, lean in slightly when you speak, or angle himself in a way that keeps you in his space. It is as if an invisible force draws him toward you. This closeness is instinctive. It is his nervous system broadcasting the truth. You matter to him. Then there are the unconscious grooming behaviors. He straightens his posture the moment you enter the room. He might adjust his shirt, smooth down his hair, or run a hand across his face. These actions are not performed with intention or conscious effort. They are biological impulses, driven by his body's desire to present itself at its best when someone important is near. They may seem small, almost insignificant, but to the observant eye, they speak volumes. Eye contact is another powerful and telling signal. His gaze will seek you out across crowded spaces. During conversations, even if others are speaking, his eyes repeatedly return to yours. The most revealing moment comes when your eyes meet unexpectedly. In that instant, before he can regain control or think about how he appears, his expression softens. A smile, brief, unguarded, real, crosses his face. It is the kind of smile that cannot be rehearsed or faked. You might also notice subtle signs of restless energy, tapping fingers, adjusting a watch, running a hand along his neck, or shifting in his seat. These are not signs of discomfort in the usual sense. They are the physical manifestations of attraction. Your presence alters his state on a bodily level. While his words may remain calm, neutral, or carefully controlled, his body is in constant conversation with you, revealing what he cannot put into speech. Once you learn to read this silent language through posture, orientation, gaze, and movement, you no longer need words to understand his feelings. His body tells the story his mind may still be learning to speak. The fifth pattern is emotional safety testing, what can be seen as his internal calibration system. When a man begins to care for someone at a profound level, his emotions face an internal struggle. The desire to connect clashes with instincts that warn against vulnerability. His heart wants to open, but his mind reminds him that exposing weakness can be risky. To navigate this, he unconsciously sets up a series of small, subtle tests, not manipulations or tricks, but instinctive checks to see if you are safe enough for him to show his full self. The first signs appear in moments of slight risk. He may share an unpopular opinion, recount a story where he looks less polished, or let his mood drop into a quieter, more uncertain state. These are all tests, silent questions posed to see how you respond when he is not presenting the polished, confident version of himself. Can you stay present with him when he is vulnerable? Can you listen without judgment when he admits a fear? Can you offer acceptance when he reveals a flaw or insecurity? When you meet these moments with compassion, attention, and understanding, he learns something crucial. Being close to you feels safe. Over time, this process unfolds gradually. Initially, he may reveal small nervous moments or minor anxieties. Later, he may share stories from his childhood, embarrassing memories, or painful failures. With each positive, caring response from you, another layer of his defenses relaxes. But if you respond with dismissal, critique, or indifference, the door closes quickly. That layer of trust may never open again. This pattern is rooted deeply in human history. For countless generations, men were taught that emotional expression could be dangerous. Strength, composure, and self-control were essential to survival. Vulnerability was often met with ridicule, social punishment, or even physical risk. So when a man allows himself to reveal the inner layers of his feelings, even in small ways, it is an extraordinary act. It signals that he perceives you as safe, that he considers you worthy of his trust, and that he is beginning to let you into the most guarded parts of his heart. To reveal weakness was to risk one's status, protection, or place in the group. That deep, ancient programming still exists today. This is why when a man allows himself to show his unfiltered self, it is so rare, so meaningful, and so profound. When you understand this pattern, you begin to see these small tests not as games or attempts to confuse you, but as invitations to build real trust. They show that he is looking for more than surface-level attraction. He is searching to know if his heart will be safe in your hands, if he can trust you with the most vulnerable parts of who he is. When you respond with patience, empathy, and care, you are doing more than passing a test. You are helping him rewrite what it means to be open, honest, and vulnerable in love. You are teaching him without words that showing his heart does not have to mean danger or judgment. And this kind of connection, built on safety and mutual understanding, is far more enduring than any fleeting moment of intensity or charm. The sixth pattern is consistency over time, what can be described as the reliability algorithm. The strongest, most undeniable proof of genuine love is rarely found in grand gestures, flashy displays, or dramatic confessions. True devotion is revealed in the quiet, steady rhythm of actions repeated day after day. Anyone can shine brightly for a moment, but true love is shown in the ability to remain present and reliable, even when life is stressful or unpredictable. A man who is serious about you does not leave you guessing. If he promises to call, he calls. If he makes plans, he follows through. When challenges arise, deadlines, family pressures, personal struggles, he does not disappear. Instead, he continues to show up, offering stability in moments where uncertainty could easily take over. Consistency is not perfection. It is about reliability, care, and steady presence. It is the morning message sent because you are on his mind, not because he feels obligated. It is the small check-in when he knows you are tired or stressed. It is the unwavering energy he brings, regardless of whether his own day went smoothly or poorly. Over time, these repeated acts build trust, creating a sense of security that allows your nervous system to relax. You no longer live in doubt, constantly wondering when the next call or message will come, or whether his feelings might shift. Instead, you feel anchored, certain that he is present and committed. The contrast between intensity and consistency is striking. Intensity can feel thrilling. It sweeps you off your feet, floods your senses, and makes you believe in a whirlwind kind of passion. But intensity alone rarely lasts. Consistency, on the other hand, may appear calm, even subtle at first, but it lays the foundation for real, lasting intimacy. It provides the environment where love can grow, flourish, and endure. It is the steady soil in which trust, emotional safety, and deep connection take root. In a culture that often confuses chaos, drama, and unpredictability with passion, consistency is the quiet proof that love is genuine. It is easy to overlook this subtle pattern, but the truth is unmistakable. The man who shows up steadily, who proves his care not through grand gestures but through repeated, dependable actions, is the man whose love is real. Reliability is the ultimate demonstration of devotion. Over time, the steadiness he offers transforms your relationship into something secure, nurturing, and profound. This is love that builds rather than breaks, care that supports rather than confuses, and devotion that creates certainty instead of doubt. Now that you have explored the 6 hidden patterns that reveal when a man is truly in love, you can begin to see just how unmistakable these emotional fingerprints are. These patterns are not tricks, not games, and not something a man can fake. They are rooted deeply in his biology, psychology, and instincts. The mirror effect, selective vulnerability, strategic attention, body language, emotional safety testing, and consistency over time, each one is a window into his heart. Each reveals feelings far beyond what words could ever express. When you recognize all 6 together, they form a complete picture of love that is solid, steady, and undeniable. A love that is quiet, consistent, and profoundly real. Many women spend years mistaking drama for passion. They chase the thrill of a man who seems hot and cold, a man who keeps them anxious, uncertain, or always questioning their worth. That kind of love is exhausting. It burns bright for a moment, but it rarely lasts. Real love is not like that. Real love feels calm, grounded, and safe. It does not make you anxious or leave you second-guessing yourself. It builds you up, strengthens your confidence, and allows you to grow. The man who exhibits these 6 patterns does not need to impress you with grand gestures or fleeting displays of intensity. He proves his devotion through consistent presence, genuine care, trust, and reliability. That is the kind of love that endures. You deserve this love. You deserve to feel chosen without hesitation, valued without conditions, and loved for who you truly are. You do not need to settle for small gestures, empty promises, or temporary attention when a full, authentic relationship is possible. Recognizing these patterns empowers you to stop doubting yourself or your worth. It teaches you to expect a love that truly honors your heart, supports you in your struggles, celebrates your victories, and nurtures you in ways that deepen your sense of security and belonging. When you see these patterns in a man, you know you are not just another person in his life. You are the one he prioritizes. You are the one he chooses again and again. The love he offers is not chaotic or temporary. It is consistent, steady, and patient. He will not leave you guessing, nor will he make you question your value. Instead, he will show up through daily actions, through thoughtfulness, through presence, and through the quiet, powerful ways he communicates his heart. This is why it is so important to recognize these signs. When you can see them clearly, you stop mistaking drama for devotion. You begin to understand that calm, steady, and consistent behavior is the strongest proof of genuine love. You learn to trust your own instincts and to recognize the man who is truly committed to you. You learn to stop chasing illusions and start welcoming the real thing, the love that respects, values, and cherishes you consistently over time. And the truth is, the right man will never leave you doubting. He will not confuse you or play games. He will not disappear when things get challenging. He will show up over and over through his actions, through his care, and through the quiet, unwavering power of devotion. He will choose you every day, intentionally, thoughtfully, and with a heart fully present. When you understand this, you gain clarity, confidence, and peace. You begin to expect love that honors you, and you stop settling for anything less. That is the ultimate freedom and the greatest reward, to know that the love you are receiving is authentic, unwavering, and entirely devoted to you.